What role can black women play towards changing the country for the better? What drives academic and entrepreneur Gloria Serobe? What led Mbali Mwabe to be in this male-dominated world of business? And of what importance is mentorship to successful entrepreneurship? What time is it? It's question time. Hello and welcome to the show. My name is Mpho Tsedu. The month of August has become synonymous with a number of official and non-official events geared towards celebrating the role played by women in the struggle for freedom. Women's Month is dedicated to the 1956 march by women who showed bravery and determination by marching to the union buildings as part of the Apartheid-era anti-past protests. Be that as it may, though, it has become important to pause and check whether the challenges faced by women of today are any different from those that the 1956 stalwarts had to contend with. As we wrap Women's Month, Question Time is glad to welcome a woman business guru and owner of a black empowerment company. She is joined by a budding woman entrepreneur who specializes in children's hair. We are live, and therefore you can call us and air your views. The numbers to dial 089-1104-210, our Twitter handle at QuestionTime24. My guests, Gloria Serobe. She's founder and executive director at Wipold, and Mbali Mwabe is an entrepreneur and Kiddies Corner founder. Let me welcome you today, oh mama.
Thank you so much.
Mbali, I must start with you. The hair is trending.
Yes.
So I just want to talk to you about the hair before we get into the other business.
All right then.
So what do you think of this hair story that is happening, unfolding in Pretoria, in the Eastern Cape?
Oh my word, oh my word.
I've asked it, just answer.
Such controversy. While Zuleika, for one, is my role model. I mean, I deal with kids' hair every single day. It's my job, right?
Yeah.
And you meet little girls that have these huge afros as well. And some of these little girls still don't like them because it's still painful. So when you see someone like Zuleika stand up for her rights, you know, for me it's so inspiring. So yes.
So you are with the...
I am for her 100%.
For the hair?
The hair business.
Okay. Well, I'm correct. I know that it may have started, you know, like it's not such a serious issue, but somehow this problem in Pretoria raised a lot of underlying factors, which I guess South Africans have to deal with, you know, going forward. I know it was about the hair, but in this case, the hair meant much, much more.
Yeah, if hair is used to exercise racism, so it must be nipped in the bud before it goes there. Having said that, I come from old school. Our matrons were very tough on us, and rules were quite, you can say, very archaic. Everybody remembers her matron.
Yes.
And the rules that came from there. So we're kind of like balancing this thing. But if hair is being used to destroy black children and take on their self-esteem and all that kind of thing, so we need to deal with that like very soon.
Well, let's get that out. Unfortunately, you know, we are known for...
You don't have hair, by the way.
Yeah, well, I don't have anything on my head. But, well, we're wrapping Women's Month. How do you feel? Do you think we should really... Because, I mean, my concern has been that come tomorrow, we'll pack it, and then next year again, organize a lot of functions, and then, you know, people will come to shows like Question Time, and then we talk about the matters again. And that becomes, you know, just part of the calendar.
Well, our conscience is being affected by the 1956 women. They didn't do that. They had a plan, and they implemented it. And I'm sure it's a plan that came over a long time of planning. And with none of the things that we've got, the equipment, the cell phones, and so on, and they kind of like do it at that scale. So for people like us, we should be perpetually embarrassed by the fact that we can't even garner up 1,000 people for this. So we need to actually see them as that kind of benchmark. Of course, I had one game in town at the time. There was no economic thing yet because it was all political, because everybody was excluded from economics. And ours is an extension of that, to deliver on what if they were there and the economic play was there. And what it means is that we have to give the same amount of energy to make it work if we are going to maintain that legacy of theirs.
Now, what do you see your role being as Gloria Sirop?
I'm 56 now, so by the time I get to 60, I want to see a lot of whip holes in whatever form. So when I see Mbali, I was just saying her business is difficult because the clients are crying. With small children with difficult hair.
Yes.
But you want to see somebody like her, much as possible and as quick as possible, to get into all the value chain of the hair industry, if that is what she likes. Into products, into all manner of things around there, processing something else. And because we're struggling with this thing of the replication of whip hole is not happening as much as we thought it would. And I know that it is a hard slog to do a whip hold. It's 20 years for us. And it has been 20 years of hard work. So we understand that. But we are there now. We are mentors now. We can actually show them which holes not to go into.
What was the purpose of launching whip hold?
It was a simple thing of, so empowerment starts to come in transformation. And a big part of that is let's include blacks into the mainstream of the economy. So we quickly found out that black men and white men are so comfortable with each other. They both have forgotten women now. And so our response was, it's okay. And let's form whip hold, and we will do it this way. We will be transparent about it. We want shareholders to be just women only. And the reason there is that we wanted women to be also in the mainstream of the economy and not wait for the invitations from our male colleagues, which at this point it looked like both black and white now were not comfortable to have this conversation with women on business. And we had a desperation to actually show that it will be extremely successful. It will work. And so our obsession has been just that. Because everybody wants to embrace excellence, and we were keen to make sure that Mbali must find a whip hold that functions. And I think you have.
Perhaps before I go to Mbali, how big a business is whip hold today?
Luckily, we are a private company now. We always get this question from SABC. Being privately owned means that we don't talk those numbers anymore. At some stage, we were listed. We had to tell everybody everywhere we go that we are so big. So I will not tell you, except to say we are big enough to be of impact. And we can hold our own with billionaires in the room. Rather.
Now, Mbali, sitting next to this billionaire, right? What is your vision? She's saying, well, we started 20 years ago. It wasn't that easy for black women or for women in general, because there was some form of this unofficial collusion amongst their male counterparts, so to say. Listening to that story, why do you think you still have to wake up tomorrow and still go on?
Wow. What makes me want to go on, Mpho, is the fact that I've got a goal, I've got a vision. I mean, I feel like Mom Flora's got an empire. She's built an empire. She's leaving a legacy for her kids. So I also want to do that. So that the drive, the will, irrespective of all the challenges one will face, that makes me want to go. I want to see a Kiddies Corner branch everywhere in South Africa. I want to go to Cape Town. I want to go to Durban, even within the African sphere. So in Nigeria, in Kenya, I want Kiddies Corner to be so broad and be a brand to be associated with.
What do you do?
What do I do? So I run the day-to-day operations at Kiddies Corner. So I'm the HR consultant, I'm the financial manager, I am the...
I guess it all starts there.
I do everything. Literally, I do everything because it's a business starting from the ground.
Okay.
Yes.
How old are you? I'm sorry. Am I allowed to ask your age?
I know.
Well, if she's your role model, you'll tell us.
Of course.
Okay, go ahead. Yes.
Yes. I'm 25.
Okay, and Kiddies Corner, how old is Kiddies Corner?
Kiddies Corner is 7 months old, so
Okay.
it's still a new baby.
All right, so you deal with hair.
I deal with hair.
So your business is braids and things for kids only.
It's a kids-only hair salon. So for me, I got tired of seeing little girls crying, kicking and screaming, even boys, when having to do their hair. As well as my personal experiences growing up, I dreaded going to the hair salon. I mean, when you do your hair, when you're young, you get restless, you get tired, you know what I'm saying? So for me, when I go to the salon as well, I mean, you've been to the salon before, Mpho, and you see a little boy crying when they take out clippers. Do you get what I'm saying? So we just try and create that experience where kids can actually look forward to doing their hair and to teach them how to groom themselves from a tender age. I mean, it's so sad when we see kids that we haven't even touched or we've taken out a comb and they're crying because it's been a terrible experience.
Maybe the comb was used to smack them at home. Hold it there. We're going to take a quick break. When we return, we'll be taking your calls. Let's hear your stories, and perhaps if you want to have a question or two from our guests here, 089-1104-210. We shall return.
Do you need a funeral policy?
Joy is found in the little things.
Ke ho phedisa, ho fepa le ho hodisa.
Ukuba ibone ukuvela kwethuba lalokho okungenzeka.
And being there when one journey ends and another begins.
'n Idee van die klein dingetjies wat kosbare herinneringe word. Life is the gift of growing new memories each day.
So that our loved ones can preserve them after we are no longer here.
Life is a gift to us.
Since 1918, AFBOB has comforted and supported South African families in their time of need.
Protecting their loved ones' memories with respect and dignity.
Plus, committed and trusted funeral representatives
With more than 250 branches nationwide.
There for you every hour of every day.
AFBOB provides a complete funeral service solution for everyone, even if you're not an AFBOB policyholder. Make sure your family comes first. Always. AFBOB, we're here for you.
If you would like AFBOB to call you about a new policy, SMS family and your name to 41790.
Welcome back. You're still watching Question Time. My guest today, Gloria Robish, is the founder and executive director at Wiphold, and Mbali Mwabe deals with kiddies' hair. The number to dial 089-110-4210. Itumeleng, you are in Pretoria.
I must ask.
I can't hear Itumeleng. Itumeleng? Well, we can't hear Itumeleng. Okay, Itumeleng, please call us back. Oh, yeah, go ahead.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Oh, yeah. I'm saying I must ask this question. I know it's controversial, but I must ask it.
Okay.
And then I agree the women must be out there and be in businesses, ne?
Yes.
The men are also out there, working. Then who's going to take care of the kids? As I'm talking to you right now, I'm having a video in my hand. Who's going to do the washing, the cleaning in the house, the cooking? Now, is it maids? I'm not saying women must be at home. People must not mishear me, but I'm saying I want to hear from the women. Thank you very much.
What are you saying? Before you go, I'm sure they would want to take you on this one. Are you saying they should be home, taking care of the kids?
I'm not saying that. I'm saying today women must work.
Yes.
We come from in the past, women were the ones who used to do the households and so on and so forth. Ne?
Okay.
So women now are out there doing money, businesses and so on.
Yes.
But at home, then who's going to take care of things at home? Is it the maids? Must be higher maids now. I'm just saying, we must balance the two.
I'm going to let Gloria to deal with you.
Thank you very much, Mpho.
All righty.
No, what's his name? Itumeleng? No, it's a fair question from Itumeleng. I think, firstly, there is an expectation that we must provide. The society somehow is still at that point where we're expected to provide food and whatnot and all that. And that, to be honest, I'm an old married woman. I'm married 30 years. I know when I give food to my husband, he's the happiest. It could be the most horrible.
Yeah.
But you see, he's smile from left to right. So I think for what we get back from that, it is maybe not a bad idea to find a balance on this and make it work. Remember, we want to work. Sifuna nothandwa wethu. Sifuna ufumula ngoku ne-flowers yonke laa nto, ne?
Okay.
And we get bad deals, this thing of having this tension with men on this home things, and some of them are not that harmful. We can. Okay. Time then becomes a problem. If that is the case, we are also lucky in South Africa. We do have domestic help, unlike other countries. You can provide infrastructure in your home. You can back yourself up appropriately. And if you are a little late at home, you still will be able to dish for him. I'm just saying. Okay. I'm not anti this thing of...
okay. Andrew, you are in Ulundi, KZN.
Yeah, Mpho. Thank you for having me, Mpho. Just needed to... just to say to the ladies that are in that what I'm hearing about them studying and doing businesses, it overwhelms me so much.
I didn't hear what you said, Andrew.
Another point that I want to point out is that there are so many women outside there who needs to be afforded the opportunity to be given opportunity to be funded, to be trained, to be educated, into getting into business. I'm like my wife; she's one of those people. But look, Ulundi is just a relegated area there in the
yes,
Somali homeland, etc. But what I'm trying to say is that they don't have platforms,
Okay, the platforms.
They don't have platforms. I'm not sure if the ladies in there can be able to assist people and go as far as Ulundi, and maybe even, having contact with them so that we can have a way.
Okay, thank you very much, Andrew. I get your point.
But there's no education. There's no funds.
Okay, thank you, Andrew. We get your point. Women in rural areas.
In fact, the thing about the rural areas, so he's talking about funding, but There's a bigger thing in the rural areas. And it is, because it's under the radar screen, we don't see it. Patriarchy in the rural areas is there. It's alive today, and these women are having a bad deal in the rural areas. We need to fix that without playing havoc with the way rural life is. But I'm from a rural area.
Sure.
I know what's real. I know what's chaff. And but if a whole lot more of us can actually pay attention to that, where rural life is used to treat them badly, you hear a lot of stories about widows in the rural areas being thrown out of their homes. That's one part, and I'm quite obsessed about fixing that. On the financial services side, we are, on the financial services sector, the institutions are being encouraged to go to the rural areas. And their entry there has got to be financial education, because it does not help for them to go there with products that don't fit that area. They are looking for collaterals, type of collaterals that people don't have. They must look at what is a collateral in Ulundi and do the right thing, and not ask them for title deeds. They know that those people don't have title deeds. So let's be creative and find another way of doing a collateral. So the financial services institutions have got to go there and do the right thing.
Roxanne, you are in Gauteng.
Yes.
Go ahead.
I am. Now, I just want to say congratulations to those wonderful women out there, and to be empowering women starting businesses, going out full force, making an impact. It's absolutely wonderful. I nearly fell off my chair laughing when I heard Itumeleng speaking about women forgetting their roles at home. And I mean, really, it's 2016. Can we not have maids? I don't see a problem with having helpers around. Yes, I do serve my husband, but yeah, I still have a helper around to do all the other stuff that I can't get to because of my schedule.
Thank you very much, Roxanne, for that call. But you are young. Maybe people will say, this is an old geezer. She is allowing men to get away with murder. What is your attitude in as far as patriarchy is concerned?
I'm still a bit old school as well, you know. So I still believe that the man is the head in the family, you know, and then women need to submit. But then I also believe that for you to submit, you do need to have that partner that is supportive of you, you know what I'm saying? So you submit to someone that will, you submit to someone that is supportive of your vision, you know, of your goals. And I can also be that woman that can give a man a plate of food.
Okay, now, what do you need to ensure that Kiddies Corner gets to the status of withhold?
So, firstly, it's still a long way to go. Financial support as well, because it's a business that's still starting, do you get what I'm saying? So, we still have problems with paying off the rent, buying product every now and then. So those kind of things, as well as that support, that push, you know, someone, I used to have a mentor, you know, someone that's going to sit me down and
show
you the ropes, yes, that kind of support.
As we conclude, what would you say to a young girl like Bali here?
I'm excited to see a 25-year-old branching off and with qualifications that she could be in corporate life, and she decides to start a business. She has got all the time in her hands to experiment and fail and wake up again and succeed. Failure is part of the structure of successful business. There's nothing embarrassing about it. And the main thing is you must have the obsession to succeed. And that is all I can say.
Okay. Let me thank you very much for your time. I know time flies when you're having a good conversation here. But we wish you all the best, Mbali. And if there are people out there who would really want to assist you, they may just get in touch with us. Would most certainly make sure that you are assisted. And perhaps you need to just get numbers and make sure that your business is a success. And congratulations, Mamsko. That was question time for today. A big thank you to my guests and to you for watching the show. From me and the crew, let's have yourself a wonderful time. Goodbye. Chamar.